liable to add to my mistress's list. Captain Absolute. However, I shall not add his name until my purse has received proper, notice in form. Poor Acres is dismissed. However, I did send him one last friendly office and letting him know that Beverly was here before him. Sir Lucius is usually more punctual than this. I wonder he's not here when he's to hear from his dear Delia, as he calls her. I wonder he's not here. I have very scrupulous conscience left after this deed. However, I shall not be paid as well as I am if my hero knew that his dear Delia was nearer 50 and her own mistress.
Ha! Upon me conscience, I've been looking for you. I've been on the South Parade this half hour.
Oh, Gemini, I've been waiting for your worship here on the North.
Faith, maybe that was the reason we did not meet. Well, me little girl, have you got nothing for me?
But I have. I've got a letter for you here in my pocket.
Ah, Faith, I guessed you weren't come empty-handed. Well, let me see what the dear creature says. Oh.
There's Sir Lucius.
Sir, there is often a sudden incentive impulse in love that has a greater induction than years of domestic combination. Such was the commotion I felt at the first superfluous view of Sir Lucius O'Trigger. Very pretty, upon me word. Female punctuation forbids me to say more, yet let me add that it will give me joy infallible to find Sir Lucius worthy the last criterion of my affections. Delia. Upon my conscience, Lucy, your lady is a great mistress of language. Faith, she's quite the queen of the dictionary. For the devil a word there refused coming at her call. Though one would think it was quite at a hearing.
Oh, Sir Lucius, and a lady of her experience.
Experience? What, at 17?
Oh, true, sir, true. But, she reads.
Ah.
Oh, my stars, how she can read offhand.
Faith, she must be very deep-read to write this way. Though she is rather an arbitrary writer, too. For there are a great many power words pressed into the surface of this note that would get their habeas corpus from any cart in Christendom.
Oh, Sir Lucius, if you were to hear how she talks so
Oh, tell her I'll make her the best husband in the world, and Lady O'Trigger into the bargain. But we must get the old gentlewoman's consent and do everything fairly.
Oh, Sir Lucius, I thought you weren't rich enough to be so nice.
Upon me word, young woman, you've hit it. I am so poor that I can't afford to do a dirty action. If I did not want money, I'd steal your mistress and her fortune with a great deal of pleasure. However, me little girl, here's a little something to buy you a ribbon. And meet me in the evening and I'll give you an answer to this. So, hussy, take a kiss beforehand to put you in mind.
I never seen such a gentleman. My lady won't like it, I'm so
Faith, she will, Lucy. That same... what's the name of it? Modesty is a quality in a lover more praised by the woman than liked. So, if your mistress asks you whether Sir Lucius ever gave you a kiss... tell her 50, my dear.
What? Would you have me tell her a lie?
Then your baggage, I'll make it the truth presently.
Look, someone's coming!
Oh, Faith, I'll quiet your conscience. Whoa, Nelly! So, Mum, I humbly beg pardon.
Oh, look, Mr. Fag, are you flurry one, sir?
Come, Lukey. Here's no one boy, so a little less simplicity with a grain or two more sincerity. You play us false, Mum. I saw you give the bairn a letter, and if the cab won't call him out, I will.
Your gentlemans are so hasty. That letter was from Mrs. Malaprop, simpleton. She's, taken Miss Sir Lucius's address.
What taste some people have. I believe I've walked by that window 100 times, but... What says our young lady? Any message to my master?
Sad news, Mr. Fag. A rival worse than acres. Sir Anthony Absolute has proposed his son.
What? Captain Absolute?
Are you sure it's true?
Faith, ma'am, I must await this news.
You may laugh, but it's true.
Oh, you'll be so disconsolate.
Oh, and tell your master not to quarrel with young Absolute.
Never fear, ma'am, never fear.
Bid him keep up his spirits.
We will, we will.
It is just as Fag told me indeed. Whimsical enough, Faith, my father wants to force me to marry the very girl I'm plotting on running away with. He does not know of my connection with her yet a while. He too has summary and method for proceeding in these matters. However, I will read my recantation instantly. My conversion will seem somewhat sudden, but I can assure him it is very sincere. And here he comes. He looks plaguey gruff.
No, I'll die sooner than forgive him. Die, did I say? I'll live these 50 years to plague him. An obstinate, passionate, self-willed boy. Can you take after? This is my return for getting him ahead of his brothers and sisters, for allowing him at 12 years old into a marching regiment and giving him £50 a year besides his pay ever since. But I've done with him. He's anybody's son for me. I'll never see him more. Never, never, never.
Now for a penitential face.
Bag, get out of my way.
Sir, you see a penitent before you.
I see an impudent scoundrel before me.
A sincere penitence. I am come to acknowledge my error and submit myself entirely to your will.
What's that?
I have been reflecting on your past goodness and kindness and condescension to me.
Well, sir?
I have likewise been weighing and balancing what you were so proud to mention concerning duty, obedience, and authority.
Well, puppy?
Well, sir, the result of my reflection is a resolution to sacrifice every inclination of my own to your satisfaction.
Well? Now, you talk sense. Absolute sense. I have never heard anything more sensible in my life. Confound you, you shall be Jack again.
I'm happy at the appellation, sir.
Now, sir, do you want to know who the lady really is? Nothing but your passion and violence, you silly fellow, prevented me from telling you last time. Prepare, Jack. Prepare for wonder and rapture. Prepare. What think you of Miss Lydia Languish?
Languish? What, the languishes of Worcestershire?
Worcestershire? No, didn't you ever meet Mrs. Malaprop and her niece who came into our country before we were last ordered to your regiment?
Malaprop. Languish. I don't remember ever having heard the names before, yet stay. I think I do recollect something. A little red-haired girl. She squint, don't she?
A red-haired girl? She squints at the sounds? No!
Well, I must have forgotten. Couldn't have been the same person.
Jack, what think you of blooming, love-breathing 17?
Well, as to that, sir, I am quite indifferent in the matter. As long as I please you, 'tis all I desire.
But Jack, such eyes, so gleamingly radiant, so bashfully irresolute, but a glance and speaks and kindles some thoughts of love. And the cheek, Jack, oh, the cheek, but a glance, so deeply blushing at the insinuations of her telltale eyes. And the lip, oh, the lip, Jack, so sweetly smiling, and if not smiling, more sweetly pouting, more lovely in their sullenness.
That's she indeed. Well done, old gentleman.
And the neck, oh, Jack, the neck.
Which is to be mine, sir, the niece or the aunt?
You in-feeling, insensible puppy, the aunt indeed, odds life. When I was your age, such a description would have made me fly like a rocket. Nay, when I ran away with your mother, I wouldn't have touched anything old or ugly to gain an empire.
Not to please your father, sir?
No, not to please Aunt, no. To please my father? Well, I suppose if he had indeed desired, but that's quite another matter. He's not the indulgent father that I am, Jack.
I dare say not, sir.
But you are not sorry to find your mistress is so beautiful.
Well, as to that, sir, I must repeat, as long as I please you in the affair, 'tis all I desire. Not that I think a woman the worse for being handsome, but if you please to recollect, you before hinted something at a hump or two, one eye, and a few more graces of that kind. Now, without being very nice, I should rather choose a wife of mine to have the usual number of limbs, no humps, and while one eye is agreeable, the prejudice has often run in the way of two, and I should not wish to afford a singularity on that account.
Hey, Jack, you are playing the hypocrite. No, I know such an indifference in this subject must be a lie. You've been playing the hypocrite, hey? Come, confess. I'll never forgive you if you hadn't been lying and playing the hypocrite.
Oh, I'm sorry if the respect and duty which I bear you should be so mistaken.
Hang your respect and duty. I'll write a note to Mrs. Malaprop and we shall visit the girl directly. If you don't come back stark mad with rapture and impatience, egad, I'll marry the girl myself.